friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. For this Vlogmas video, we are going to be talking about one creepy character, and she is known as Perchta. So obviously when you're little, you get the ins and outs of Santa Claus pretty darn fast. You learn quick that if you're good, you're gonna get presents, and if you're bad, you're gonna get coal, or even worse, nothing for Christmas. And that's pretty much the extent of what goes on with Santa Claus. He's obviously terrifies some small children, but for the most part, kids like Santa. He's a jolly fella. However, Santa is not the only magical gift giver of the season. In different cultures, there are different creatures, people, whoever, who come and are either the gift givers or the punishment giver-outers. Obviously, a lot of people know about Krampus because there was a movie made about him. I'm going to be doing a video on him this Vlogmas. Essentially, he's like a demon type of dude who is not so nice, and like I said, I'm going to be making a video about him, so make sure you subscribe so you'll see that video in Vlogmas later on. However, like I said, we're going to be talking about Perchta today, and she is from the Eastern European culture. And like I said, she is not a nice lady. She's not someone who I would want coming around and hanging out. But there are some similarities between her and the whole good and bad aspect of Santa Claus. So like I said, she's not as well known as Krampus, but she is definitely equally as scary as Krampus. She can also be known as Bertha or Perchta, and she's also known as the spinning room lady. Now, when I heard this, I thought that this was going to be some terrifying lady who like spins around in circles in the room, but it's not, and you'll see what it means by spinning room lady. Perchta is often depicted as having a long iron nose, so maybe looking like a traditional medicine mask that used to have the long nose that they would stick the herbs and stuff in so you wouldn't get sick and get the plague. Because I feel like this legend came about around that time when the plague was around, so that would make sense to say that somebody looked like they had a medicine mask on. She's often dressed in rags and looks very haggard. However, she's also typically dressed in rags and looks very haggard and walks around with a cane, so she looks like she's decrepit as well. Under those rags that are her skirt, she's known to carry a long knife. How appropriate that when I'm doing a video about creepy old ladies that my dogs magically decide to go nuts. But it's windy out and we have our Christmas decorations. And the one is blowing around in the wind and driving Oliver nuts. So I might have to go, yeah, I'm gonna have to go turn them off. I'll be right back. A for effort for Oliver for being freaked out over Christmas decorations blowing in the wind. And normally he doesn't make a peep, so he was very brave. So apparently Perchta also tends to look like a Scandinavian goddess who's known as Frigga, and they both have similarities in that they both like to spin and they both enjoy a clean house. Now when I say spin, like I said, I'm not talking about spinning around in circles. I'm literally talking about spinning thread. So the legend of Perchta is that you have to have all your flax or thread spun by the 12th night after Christmas, which is January 6th. And if you don't, then she's going to come into your spinning room and set fire to whatever you have already spun if it's not completely finished. Now, there's something else that she's known to do, but I'm gonna save that for later. So I'm pretty sure that Perchta is cursing this video because dogs were going nuts. Then my battery died on my camera, and I really need to get another one. I only have one, so I had to let it charge for a little bit. So hopefully we'll be able to get through the rest of this video without any other problems. Okay, so as I said, we will get back to the real scary thing that Perchta does. Now, Perchta's legend also says that she is part of the Wild Hunt. And what the Wild Hunt is when she and her army of lost souls, they fly through the night looking for naughty children and other lost souls. So this army of lost souls that she has tend to look like Krampus. Now there are other accounts that say that she herself looks like Krampus, so this demon-y looking being. But then I've read other things, like I said, where this army of lost souls are the ones who look like Krampus, and they are her servants. So they help her with this hunt, looking for other lost souls and bad kids. Now, the only way you can distinguish this army from Krampus is that the wild hunt tends to happen during Epiphany rather than Christmas Eve, which is when Krampus goes around. Epiphany is a time period that's after Christmas, so yes, up until the 6th, that is when Perchta goes out on her hunt, which distinguishes her from Krampus. Now, speaking of her army of lost souls, this tends to include children who are not baptized, so it has a religious tie to it. Now, the legend says that if you hear the wind and thunder in the mountains during the 3 Thursdays before Christmas, so Epiphany also includes before Christmas, you are hearing Perchta leading her hunt. So pretty much if you hear thunder and wind during that time period, and it's not Christmas Eve, then it's Perchta and her army going on the hunt. As I said, we're gonna go back to why Perchta is really terrifying. So, much like Santa Claus, apparently there is a good Perchta and a bad Perchta. So the good Perchta is seen as this shining and pretty entity, and only the good children see this beautiful Perchta. And they love her because they've been good and she leaves silver to those who are good. Now, the naughty children are terrified of Perchta, and there's a good reason for this. So if you are a naughty child who has not completed your weaving, and you have left the place messy, because I forgot to mention that Perchta does not enjoy messes. She likes a cleanly house. So if you're lazy, you haven't done your weaving, and your house is a mess, you're in trouble because you get to see evil Perchta. So like I said, if you're a good child, she's gonna leave you some silver. But if you're bad, you're in trouble because she's not just leaving you some coal. She's going a little bit further than leaving you some coal. So her gift that she gives to naughty, lazy, uncleanly children is that she slits their bellies, takes out their innards, and replaces them with straw and stone. So like I said, that's kind of where it's like Santa, where the good children get good stuff and the bad children get bad stuff. Let me tell you, if you're bad, you're screwed because you're getting disemboweled and stuffed with straw and pebbles. That doesn't sound like a good time to me. So overall, that is why Perchta is so creepy. She's this witch lady going with her army of lost souls, looking for bad children to disembowel them, steal their innards, replace them with straw and stone, and go on her merry way. Now obviously, I think I'd rather see good Perchta than bad Perchta. So all in all, I think the tale is very telling that it's a good way to tell your kids to have a clean room during the Christmas season. But guys, that is it for this video on Perchta. What do you think of her? I think she's very scary sounding, and if she looks like Krampus or acts like Krampus, she's equally terrifying. And obviously, if you're bad, she's very terrifying. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of Perchta and this whole legend. It's just another one of those interesting legends from the holiday season from different parts of the world where they have different stories and different traditions, which I find extremely interesting. If you like this video, make sure to give me a big old thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you'll see all my Vlogmas videos I am posting every day until December 25th. So until then, I'll catch you next time, guys. Bye!